Yo, what's good, y'all? Welcome to this week's episode of Talks with TVBOO. Welcome to the podcast. Hope you're having a great week, man. Wherever you're at, whatever you're doing, hope you're enjoying it, man. And I appreciate y'all being here, man. I really do. Because we got a great episode for y'all today. Before I introduce this guest, I just got to say this Friday, August the 27th, I will be in Nashville, Tennessee at a bar that they couldn't come up with a name for, so they named it after a person. That's right. I will be at the Johnny Cash Bar this Friday in Nashville. And then this Saturday, August the 28th, I will be at Cosmic Kingdom in Des Moines, Iowa. Really fucking excited about Cosmic Kingdom because I got 2 sets that evening. I've never had 2 DJ sets in one night, if y'all believe that. I'll be playing the main stage at 8 p.m., and then I'll be headlining the after party that evening. And like I said, I've never done 2 DJ sets, and I'm getting fucking weird on that second set, dude. I'd imagine late night, after party, it's just going to be a bunch of wooks wanting to hear some wookery. You know what I mean? Some wook ass shit. So that's what I'm doing, dude. I'm going left field with it. Very, very excited for both of those shows. If you're in the area, come on out. Come say what's up, man. Would love to chat with you. Love to say hey. But my guest this week, honestly, was stupid surprised to how much fun I had talking with this guy. I didn't think I wasn't going to have a good time talking with him. But, dude, me and him got along so well, man. We got together like blue jeans and amphetamines. You know what I'm saying? We just worked together, okay? We couldn't stop laughing. We just flowed off the conversation. This guy makes some of the most forward-thinking bass music out there. I love his sets, his music, everything about his whole musical vibe. I dig. You know, he's a guy who cares a lot about health, running, family, treating people right, his girlfriend, which is very sweet, man. This guy's just a very kind soul, and I loved talking with him, and I hope y'all really enjoy this episode. So, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Toadface. Come here, girl, 'cause that ass fat. Let me take my tongue and go down your dirt track. I met a girl and her booty tastes like strawberries. I swear to God, this could be the one that I marry. Hey, hey, and she's so damn fine. I may eat that from behind. I met a girl and her booty tastes like strawberries. He literally would not stop burping.
Yeah.
He said he couldn't help it though, and I think that's just a lie.
I think it's doing on purpose.
I think it's bullshit, dude. I think he was just saying that so he could be ill-mannered, okay?
Bad manners.
Yeah, it's like I have a disorder, dude. I can't open the door for my girlfriend or something like that. You know what I mean? It's like some bullshit. Oh man, my fucking shoulder hurts. I wish I could help you get the groceries, but some shit like that. But welcome, brother. Cheers, baby.
Thanks for having me out.
Dude, thank you for coming on the show, man. When you hit me up, I was really happy you did. You know, I knew we'd do this one day.
I know, it all came together. I knew I wanted to do it live and not like try to do it live stream.
Yeah.
Or like on Zoom or whatever.
Yeah.
Because my quality would have been garb. I knew you already had it all set up.
Mm-hmm.
So that works out great.
No, yeah, I'm glad we were patient with it, dude.
Yeah.
But how are you doing today, my dude?
Good, very good.
Yeah.
Woke up at 4 and flew in from Atlanta. It was pretty chill.
Yeah.
Hung out.
You wake up early. Are you a morning person? You wake up early? Is that your thing?
No, I used to be a morning person, and honestly, when I started vaping, I never smoked cigarettes. And then when I started vaping, it kind of turned me into a night person because the stimulus from the nicotine like keeps me up later and makes me sleep in.
Oh wow.
So maybe I should kick that habit.
I don't know, bro. I think you're blaming it on these damn tobacco companies, okay? When really it's your fault, okay? It's just your fault.
Damn tobacco companies making me sleep in.
Fucking getting kids hooked on vapes and just making you fucking stay up late, bro. How about you take responsibility for your own actions, dude?
Truth be told.
Yeah, bro. I never heard anybody blame nicotine on their sleeping schedule. That's fantastic.
That's how it is.
Yeah, I like to think I'm a morning person, man. I thrive in the mornings. Or I feel like I'm most creative in the morning times.
I used to kill it in the mornings too. Like that first, do you drink coffee?
No, man. So okay, I think I've had 3 cups of coffee this entire year.
What? So you only use it when you're like dragging total ass?
Yeah, it has to be like rock bottom. You know what I mean? Like it's a rough day, dude.
Totally.
But nah, man, I don't feel like I'm a pretty energetic guy. Are you a coffee guy? You like coffee?
Oh yeah, I abuse it.
Yeah.
Dude, those Starbucks Nitro cold brews, I literally drove, I just got a new car, and I drove it from Atlanta to Ohio and spent a week with my grandparents, which was fire. and I drove it back down home to Atlanta. Then I drove to Jacksonville and Tampa and back up.
That's a lot of drama.
The fucking Starbucks cold brews, like at the gas stations. Whenever I see those, I get high. I get high just seeing it. I'm like, oh, this is gonna save me. But all the other coffees at the gas stations are garbage. They have like 50 grams of sugar, and like it's like more of like I want a coffee, not like a dessert drink, you know?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
And that's what it tastes like. It tastes like a dessert drink.
So that's what
coffee flavored.
Whenever I do coffees, it's like a little bit of coffee with my creamer. Like,
yeah.
It's like I do a shit ton of sugar, shit ton of creamer, dude, and just a little bit of coffee. That's how I usually do it. So that's why I don't.
You'll get more stimulated from the sugar than the caffeine at that point.
I mean, dude, if you were doing it just to stay up, bro, have you tried meth? You know, just fucking. You'll drive around the whole country, bro. Fucking, you'll drive whenever your car don't work no more, bro.
True. I'll be driving past my destination.
Yeah, dude,
like
you'll be on an airplane to your next flight. You'll be like, bro, I've been driving all day. You're like, the fuck?
True. No, I haven't tried meth. At least.
No, I haven't done meth. No. The confirmation.
Yeah, I gotta put that out there.
That's incredible, dude. What type of car did you just get, man? Are you a car guy?
No, I'm not. I actually had my girlfriend. My girlfriend does a lot of the adulting for me. She's my rock.
Yeah.
I'm very spacey, and she's like very like goal oriented. So she literally found the car. It was a 2009 Chevy Cobalt with only 70,000 miles.
2009, only 70,000?
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty sick.
It's a little rusty because it came from the north, but it drives smooth as butter. It was a great find.
Yeah, I ain't too much of a car guy, dude. My dad was a mechanic. He owned like a when I was younger, he had a car dealership and then like a mechanic shop. Like,
yeah.
So I was always around dope cars, and
yeah.
You know, he was always showing me how to work on cars. But I'm not a car guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of the art in itself, but it's definitely its own thing where it's like you're either. I feel like it's one of the things where you're born into it or not.
Dude, I was born into it, bro. But I just.
Or I mean, like you were born with the love for it.
Yeah, I was just more into drums and titties. That's really what I was into. Fuck these cars, bro. Let me see them titties.
I think everyone loves titties. Even girls love titties.
Gay guys love titties.
Yeah.
Tits are great, bro. Yeah, I know. If I wish I had tits, you know, just for a day, just so I could try to titty fuck myself. It's you know, like I tried blowing myself like a couple times when I was younger, but like I never tried titty fucking myself because that's literally impossible, right?
Yeah.
What would you do if you had tits? Would you do that, or would you just?
I don't know if it would have the same effect. I guess it would be different if it was like you just woke up one day and you had tits for a day.
You'd be like, oh my god.
Yeah.
But then day
so
2,
many options. Yeah.
Day 2, you'd be like, fuck, dude. Now I have tits. Like, do I have to go to the doctor or do something about this? Jesus Christ.
Oh man. And on the dick sucking thing, you remember? You remember how fucking. It was totally a rumor too that Marilyn Manson removed his ribs to suck his own dick.
Yeah,
I guess he never did that. Every kid in high school, that was like a fun fact. Everyone knew. You would ask people like, when did Christopher Columbus discover America? They didn't know that, but they knew Marilyn Manson removed his ribs to suck his own dick.
Dude, it was exactly the same in Mississippi, man. When there was that rumor in school, man, it traveled all the way to Ohio. Yeah. I wonder, dude, would you do it, bro? If you could, would you suck your own dick, bro? If you could,
I think I tried when I was a kid.
I
wouldn't do it now.
You're right.
But
like, if you could, you wouldn't do it now.
Yeah, when you're first discovering masturbation, you're like, what are the other things?
Somebody told me the other day, they said it's gonna feel more like you're sucking a dick more than you're getting your dick sucked.
That's true.
Yeah.
I never thought
that. When he said that, I was like, oh, that's a damn good point, bro. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
And you had to work really hard to suck that dick. It's like...
Yeah, dude, like, yeah, you have to literally be on your back, legs in the air, bent up. Like, it's like the position you have to get in is not ideal for comfort. You know what I'm saying? So then, yeah.
You have to be a literal professional gymnast.
and male gymnasts, let's be honest, they're sucking other people's dicks. Okay, let's just be honest.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. So you're not a car guy. What type of guy are you, man? Obviously, you're the music guy, dude. I mean, everybody.
I used to be into skateboarding a bunch, But I kind of stopped doing that so much because I was worried I don't have health insurance. And I was like, man, if I broke my ankle, this would really fuck me over.
I have health insurance for 4 more months.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Are you still on your parents?
Yeah. It's still until I turn 26 this year.
Wow,
so,
you're only 25?
Yeah.
Wow, that's
How old are
dope.
you?
I'm 20. I just turned 28 at the end of July.
Why you say like, wow, you're not that much older than me, dude.
Yeah, I know. It's funny. Every year it seems like it's like I feel 5 years older or something. But yeah, you're right. Fucking only 3 years ain't shit.
No, it ain't, dude. But I only have a couple more months of health insurance, and I'm like,
yeah.
Fuck,
and
man.
And of course you haven't been injured this entire time. As soon as you get off it, you fall down a flight of stairs.
Right, dude. The only thing that's been broken is my heart, but you know what I'm saying?
Hit him with the story.
Yeah, right. So yeah, you were into skateboarding, not anymore. But what is it now?
I play video games in my off time.
What games you do, bro?
I like solo RPG games because the multiplayers, I feel like it's an endless loop that you can get addicted to. Mm-hmm. Whereas with like a single player RPG, once you beat it, you've beat it.
What does that stand for with video games?
Role playing game.
So like Assassin's Creed or something like that?
Yeah, something where you're like playing honestly, but when you think about it, like even Call of Duty, like you're role playing an army soldier. So
it's like okay, word.
But it's just like games like fantasy games. I guess you're not a big video game person.
I was when I was younger, and then I really was like whenever I was a little kid. I think I got more focused on like playing in bands and like chasing chicks.
Yeah,
and then I got out of it completely. And then during COVID, the beginning of beginning of quarantine, I got into gaming again. And I enjoy that. Like, I'm probably going to play tonight, at some point. You know what I mean? But
I think it is good for our brains. It's still, like, it's hand-eye coordination and problem solving.
And competitiveness. I like competing. That's why I love sports.
Yeah. Yeah, I was in cross country in high school. I was garbage though. I would fucking puke after every race and not even placing well. It's not like I was like coming in like first or third place out of like 500 kids and being like then throwing up because I worked so hard. I'd be like placing like 200th place
out of 500. That's how many people ran in on.
No, the big one. No, it's probably like more like 250, and I'd be placing like still on the back leg of racing, and then be throwing up. like my cross country coach will be at the bends of some of the turns, and he'll be like, "Come on, Todd! Come on, Todd!" And he can just see in my face that I'm like on the verge of throwing up, and then he'll like lay back a little bit. He's like, "Oh, here it comes," because I was just that kid, like every fucking race. And it might have been because I started smoking. The first time I smoked weed was when I was 12, but I didn't start I was smoking pretty consistently by the time I was in high school. Like when I smoked my first time when I was 12, it was like still I would like go like months without smoking after that. And then like once I got into high school, I was smoking consistently and running cross country. But I don't think that has anything to do with it because there's a lot of great runners that smoked. Yeah, I think that's just something with my body type. It was just like, whoa, bro.
Right, like Michael Phelps get high and swim.
Yeah,
And then I thought that was fucked up this past year with the Olympics. They took that lady out because she tested positive for weed, which is fucking stupid. But like
they made it work though. She only got like a 2-week suspension. It was before her next race, so it still like worked out.
Oh, word. Well, also, I'm saying it's going to work out because now probably weed companies are going to reach out to her trying to sponsor her.
Yeah, true.
She was on national news in a different way. Like, I didn't even know who she was, and then I knew, you know what I'm saying?
That's totally right.
Yeah, so fuck it, bro. Sometimes that bad press is the best press, you know what I'm speaking? It totally is. Yeah, I mean, she might have leveraged that into like $1 million weed company. Who fucking knows, man?
Oh, yeah. And a segue with that is another thing I'm really into is MMA, UFC.
Oh yeah, me too.
And
bro.
That's a big thing with MMA is like bad press, like talking shit and just being the asshole. Like literally like really helps their like
brand. It helps
the
everything.
brand, yeah.
It gets the fight hype, because it's like whenever there's a fight and like they're not talking shit, they're at the press conference like, I really respect this guy. I can't wait to see what he does Saturday night. You're like, shut the fuck up, calm a bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like,
we've heard the nice guy saying like a million times.
it's lame,
like,
dude. And then Conor McGregor comes up like, fuck your wife, you fuck your. I don't know what accent I'm doing right there. That's like a Boston or like a New York accent.
Definitely not Irish.
You're nothing.
Yeah.
You wear the big panties. The big panties for me today. Use a bitch or what? Like that's what I like. It gets you hyped, bro.
It does.
It gets you super hyped.
It does. So, that's why he's like, he's the most well paid like fight like or UFC
athlete.
fighter. Yeah.
No, he's the most paid athlete.
Yeah, he's on Forbes. He got the #1 most paid.
Yep, that's fucking wild. Nah, dude, I think that shit talking's great. So I don't know, like if you're big on the NFL, but they just passed. They just made a new rule where they're cracking down on taunting this year.
Really?
In the NFL, which is fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Because it's just preseason right now, and I'm sure they're gonna work out the kinks. But there's a running back for the Colts who literally ran pretty much the entire defensive team like 10 yards, and then he finally fell down after just carrying everybody, and then gets up and just goes, yeah, and they flagged him for that shit.
Jeez.
And I'm like, bro, you gotta let these people get hyped, dog. Like, if I just caught a ball midair with one hand, or if I just ran over a 300-pound lineman, let me get fucking hyped, bro. Like,
Right.
it's more fun. I'm not a football player, but just as a watcher, you know, it's just as you know, spectator, it's so much more fun when the players are getting in it.
Like, I get it with college, but yeah, with the NFL, they should totally. I remember being a kid and like. All their highlights were people doing their like post touchdown dances.
Yeah, that's
you
awesome.
can't even do that anymore.
I don't know about that. I know they're just cracking down on taunting. I don't know if a celebration is that, but the guy just got up and went like this, but he just fucking ran over everybody.
Right.
Like that energy level that he has right there. Like you got to let it be there. That's what's going to make the players good, because then he did that and all the yards he just got taken away, and then they're back more, which is fucked up, right?
Oh, did they not only count the play, but they pushed them back where the play started?
So it was a 10-yard. He had a 10-yard gain. Okay, so the penalty's 15 yards. So where he was at, they go back 10 and then an extra 5. So it's like,
oh, damn.
Yeah, right. So it's a fucked up situation, man.
Yeah. I'm like a big UFC guy. I used to watch football. I watch football with my friends, but I don't like watch it on my own. But I used to enjoy it. Like when I was in Ohio, I was like a diehard Bengals fan, and we had
so sorry, bro. It's hard being a Bengals fan.
Dude, think about the Browns fans.
No, the Browns are great. Dude, they were awesome.
They doing better?
Dude, they were in the playoffs, second round of the playoffs. Dude, the Browns have the 4th best built team going into this season. This is I know, it's wild.
They used to be like the worst team
laughing
ever.
stock of the NFL.
And then you'd always have those rogue Ohio people where everyone was Bengals fans, and then you would have like 2 dudes in the group that were Browns fans, and like everyone would just be shitting on them.
Somebody in the middle is just a Cowboys fan. You're like, what are you doing here, man? Nah, man, I felt like I was talking, I was in Cincinnati this past weekend. I was talking to some of the people out there, and they're like, honestly, Cincinnati's dope. The only thing that's disappointment about Cincinnati is the Bengals, man, and I'd hate that for it, dude. It's football. I mean, it's a good time, and I would imagine it was probably hard to be a football fan whenever the team in your town fucking sucks, and it just was hard to be excited about it. But you're in Atlanta now. Do you think I'm going to go check out a Falcons game or anything like that?
I might.
Be fun, bro. Take your old lady.
Yeah, or the Braves. I might check out a baseball game.
Oh, dude, baseball's a good time.
Yeah.
I wasn't a baseball fan.
It's a little... Yeah, I'd probably prefer football, honestly.
It's rowdy.
The pitchers have just gotten too good, man.
Yeah.
In baseball. They just like... There's not enough hits.
Yeah, dude.
Which hats off to the pitchers, but man, you're too good.
Right. No, I wasn't a baseball fan until this past year, man. Went to a couple games, and I'm like, this is sick. Because they don't have a baseball team here. Yeah. And then I went to one in Arkansas.
Wait, so are you a Saints fan? Or are you a fan? What's the football team for Mississippi? Do they even have one?
No, we have college in Mississippi, but so
that's crazy that some state like how does Ohio have 2 football teams but Mississippi doesn't have a single team?
How does Oklahoma not have one?
Right?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or like, but
isn't there like 3 in California? I mean, I get it with California because it's huge.
Big ass state. There's 3 in California. There was 4, but Oakland's just moved to Las Vegas, which they needed a team, bro.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, there wasn't. I'm a big Saints fan, but I'm just a fan of the game, right? I'm a fan of players. So like, I just like watching fucking savages do savage ass shit.
Yeah.
Now, at core, I'm a Saints fan, but like, I watch other teams. I just watch other people because they're just fucking good, man.
Yeah,
just
totally.
Like, just absolute freak athletes, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit's dope.
But you doing a lot of running nowadays. So you did cross country back in the Dizzy, and you sucked at it. Would you say you're better at running now? Because I see you on the internet that you're running a bunch. Like you're running these long ass distances, dude.
Yeah, I'm like slow and steady, which is that's why I bet if I still try to run as fast as I wanted to, like I would still throw up. But now I just kind of run slow and consistent and just run really far. And I'll take a hit of weed before I go and then just jam out to music for like, I just ran 12 miles this Monday. And I was just like, took a hit of weed. It was my first time smoking in like 4 days, so I was really stimulated. And it was like more towards the nighttime, so it was cool. And it was like, just like a subtle mist. Oh, it was so nice. And I actually listened to Rhythm.
Got you fucking hyped up, huh?
Yeah. Well, first I listened to why can't I think of it? The new Nos album, which isn't like super hype. It was kind of chill. And then I turned the Rhythm on for the second half. No. I didn't listen to the new Nos. I listened to the new Mize mix. And it was like it had its high moments and chiller moments, and then I turned on the Rhythm the second half. I wasn't even planning on going 12 miles, and fucking once that Rhythm started hitting, dude, I literally went like a whole nother hour.
Hell yeah!
And it was Sizzy and Neonix, a mix of them. I don't know if you've heard of them.
Nah, but I'll check them out.
Yeah,
Man. Shout out.
I don't even follow Rhythm too much, but there's certain artists where you can hear it. It's like unique. It's not just like your basic ass like.
That's how I feel about like OG Nixon. You ever listen to him?
I haven't.
Oh yeah, he makes like really fucking great. Yeah, they're right there. That's wild how that just happened, dude. We literally bring up Rhythm and it.
Right, it's like whoa.
No, but OG Nixon, man, like he's I'm not like big on the whole Rhythm thing either, or like that. You know, I feel like that aggressiveness has like a time and place.
Yeah, it reminds me of modern. It's like the evolution of metal music.
See, I kind of agree and disagree at the same time because I feel like dubstep was like the modern. Like whenever I started hearing dubstep, I'm like, oh, this is just metal. Yeah. But then like Rhythm kind of took its own thing and it was just like a almost like a simpled out version of it. Sometimes a little like, swampier. You know what I mean? But it's just like. You know, as far as just like listening to that like aggressive style of electronic music, that's not something I do and sit and listen to. Yeah. But like in a set, like when, you know, we're watching somebody and they throw down, like I was watching Crank Dad, that's last week, and they have like a couple of sick ass rhythm tracks in the set. And I was like, this is sick. You know what I mean?
What do you like to listen to when you work out?
I listen to podcasts, man.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't even get going?
Sometimes, man. Sometimes I'll listen.
All right. Sometimes I listen to really chill music, so sometimes the soothing stuff's what you need.
Mm-hmm. I like listening to like a lot of like whenever I'm working out, I'll listen to like a lot of pop punk rock. I do listen to a lot of metal. Like metal whenever I'm like, all right, I'm lifting heavy today. Yeah. Metal all day, but like when I'm running, I listen to podcasts. Yeah. It helps pass the time. Yeah. It really does cuz like I don't necessarily enjoy running.
Yeah, you definitely need something to like
pass
get
the time.
Yeah, just kind of focus in on and like reach your flow state without really realizing it. Like do you run on treadmills? I hate treadmills.
I do treadmills or ellipticals. So those are the two I'll do.
Fucking dude, I highly recommend running outside.
Oh, I live in Louisiana, bro. Fuck that. It's disgusting outside.
You're a morning person. If you get outside early,
you'll beat the heat. Man. I was up at 7 this morning and literally walked outside and got hit in the face with water. Yeah. From the humidity. I'm not running outside, Tom. I'm sorry, bro. I'm not doing it.
That's why you're so pale, man.
Hey, dude, fuck you. I'm not that pale. Damn, come disrespect me, man. But yes, it's because I sit in this fucking studio. That is why I'm pale, you asshole. Yes, okay. Cool. Thank you. Cool. Let's talk about my insecurities real quick.
Sorry, bro. I didn't know.
It's cool, dude. You know, I have a tiny dick, too. You want to go there?
But yeah, vitamin D, vitamin dick.
Yeah, dude, absolutely. So, like, yeah, you're against, what do you like ellipticals, man? You like run on those bad boys?
No, I've never. Is that like kind of like the Stairmasters?
No, the Stairmasters are stairs, bro. The ellipticals are kind of like it looks goofy.
Oh yeah,
bro.
yeah.
It looks like you're jerking someone off and skiing at the same time. You know?
Yeah, I do know. I know the machine now. That was the perfect like
description.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, they're good for they're good for just burning them calories, man.
Yeah. But seeing the stats right there in your face makes it feel like it lasts so long.
I know, dude. That's why I put on podcasts.
Yeah.
So like on the gym, like they'll have like sports TV up, and I'll just, like,
that'll be helpful.
Read the sports like captions and just listen to podcasts, man. Just like because there's some funny ass. Are you a big podcast guy? You like listening to podcasts?
No. I don't. When I'm at home, I'm all about the clips from I like when people upload the juiciest parts from
So, like,
MMA
you
news
love all
and stuff. People have like an hour-long MMA podcast and they'll upload like the clips and I'll check that out. I used to be in the Joe Rogan podcast clips, but I kind of got out of that because I just felt like it was like I don't really know. I just wasn't feeling. We don't have time for everything.
We do, bro.
We
do.
If you make time.
We have nothing but time, bro. No, man, I listen. There's some like just. I listen to one podcast you should check out, dude. If you want a good fucking laugh, okay? This guy is literally the funniest dude on the internet, bro. Tim Dillon Show, the Tim Dillon Show. This dude does not give a fuck, and he just roasts everybody. You know what I mean?
I'm sure I'd like that.
Oh, dude, he just roasts everybody, bro. Like it's fucking fantastic, dude. But you get high before you go run.
Yeah, it really gets me like stimulated. I just take one hit though. I'm not like a huge stoner.
Yeah.
Like people, I don't understand how people take whole blunts or joints
dabs,
to the face.
Bro. Just
yeah, or dabs. I don't even fuck with dabs.
I don't either, bro. I had the nickname Bambi whenever I was younger because I did a dab and like my upper body was really big and my lower body I could barely walk.
Oh my god.
My legs were
walking
shaking.
on ice.
Yeah, my legs were literally shaking. They're like, "You good, bro?" And I'm trying to be cool. I'm like, "Yeah, dog, I'm good. What are you supposed to? What the fuck you want, dog?"
I'm cool. Don't look at me.
So they called me Bambi for like a good, probably 3 months. Probably called me Bambi for 3 months. Them dabs will fuck you up, man.
Yeah. No, America has the strongest weed in the world. Yeah. Or just like strongest THC content. Like, have you seen like the white dabs? It's like
there's white dabs now, dude.
Yeah, they're so clean and strong. They're literally like pure, like white, and it's just like, bro, like keep those away from me. And it's like just like a vape. They have like the weed cartridges, and you'll make the mistake of like hitting one after getting drunk at the bar. And it'll just like change your whole night. You'll just be you're like, I need to go home.
Be twisted as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. That's when you start getting the spins, dude.
Yeah, exactly. That's definitely. Everything was going great till you hit that dab pin.
No, I feel like if I was gonna get high, the little pins would probably be the way to go because I don't like the feeling of weed in my lungs.
Oh,
That's
really?
why it's kind of crazy that you can run like that. I feel like it lingers in me.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, sometimes my lungs will burn like the first mile, but the long distance and everything, you literally like run it out of your system.
Yeah, you get that runner's high.
Yeah. Then you, like I was saying, you reach that flow state, and then you kind of like, it's literally like I feel like it's so therapeutic and it like heals your body, like because it releases this endorphins to like work on like what's like just kind of release it to like I don't know. I can't really explain it, but this is how I believe, I guess.
I think stuff like that's good because it's like it's a challenge, right? And then you conquer it and you do it and you're like, you know what? I fucking did that. I can do fucking anything. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
You make something your bitch, you know what I'm saying? Then you can just make the world your bitch.
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely like helps inspire me to make music or push through when you feel stuck. You're like, "Oh, like I got this great idea, but now I don't know where to go with it." And it's like if I can push through with running or whatever we conquered in our life, I can push through on this goddamn track.
Right. It's like, there's times where it's just like, pushing this weight is way harder than having to fucking do the dishes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, shit like that, where it's just like, you get that thing done. Dude, that's why I think, like, making your bed so goddamn important, bro. So I make my bed first thing in the morning, right?
Damn.
Because they did a study, and the study is, there's like a large percentage of like really successful people, and they all make their bed first thing in the morning because it's like a task already done.
Yeah.
You're waking up and you're finishing something as soon as you wake up. That's a task already fucking done. So it's just like you can tackle that, then you can tackle the next thing,
like
you know
building up the momentum.
Right. Like if you half-ass that right when you wake up, you're gonna half-ass the whole fucking day.
That is so funny you bring that up because, like I was saying, Katie's so goal-oriented, my girlfriend, and fucking she makes the bed in the morning, but then you have my ass sleeping in. And she can't like wake up and make the bed. She started asking me, she's like, if you're gonna sleep in, can you make the bed? So now I ended up being the person to make the bed in the mornings.
Yeah, I'm a big goal-oriented guy. I get that goal board right there, dude.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it helps me. So like, do you feel like it helps you just winging it? You know what I mean?
I have a goal board too, but
Okay.
I never accomplish it. Yeah, I'm more of a winger. I'm more of just like go with how I'm vibing and feeling. But I do need to stick to more plans for sure.
Yeah, I'm definitely more of a swinger. But yeah, yeah, man, I feel like it helps me like having these things I have to knock out as soon as I get up, or certain daily goals or certain tasks. I feel like it helps me really stay like
it
focused.
really is like you are your strongest in the morning, and you progressively get weaker with taking out for stuff you don't want to do, really.
Yeah.
As the day goes on. At least that's what my brother was telling me.
Yeah, actually, speaking of your brother, man, it's kind of crazy, and I literally just thought about it a second ago. So me and Tyler, we actually did not even a podcast. I was doing interviews with artists that I was booking in Jackson, Mississippi when I was booking shows. So, like 5
Dang, that
years
was kind of like the start of all this.
Yeah,
but in
I wasn't
more low budget light.
Right, yeah. With just a little GoPro and like a little mixer. But like I was doing interviews. I wasn't like a podcast. I wasn't podcasting. It was just interviewing. Like I said, I wasn't even podcast. It was just like 20-minute episodes of just me, and I wasn't even asking like real questions. Like there were questions, but like they were like just dumb, kind of like the questions I ask now. But now it's a little bit more relaxed. People know who I am, so they like want to hang out. Yeti.
Before then, it's like who's this weird Mitch guy?
Right. No idea.
In the group gangbang.
yeah, old project. No, I think we actually did a gangbang set with. Yeah, that's the way to do it.
Yeah, that's why he keeps. Every time I bring you up, he always brings up the gangbang.
Yeah.
Because my brother's like a really like spiritual and like chill guy. He's playing after this group called the Gangbang.
Yeah, for people who don't know, I mean, they were just saying gangbang. Like, wait, was Yeti and Taboo in a gangbang? No, I was in a side project called Gangbang before, and it was a good time. But yeah, I mean, it was just funny because like then no one knew who I was, right? I'd booked them, and then I'd be set up in the green room. Hey man, we do an interview series here in Jackson, Mississippi. We'd love to do it. Like, sure, I don't know who this guy is, but sure, we'll do an interview. Usually people are really nice about it, but I'm just asking fucking weird questions. And so they get to know me really quick. Like you get to know get to know exactly who I am really quick.
Yeah, set the vibe.
Yeah, dude. They're like, what the fuck did I just agree to?
I like it though.
Yeah,
I feel like even though I grew up in the Midwest, I kind of feel more comfortable around the Southern vibe.
That's literally what your brother said, the exact same thing too.
Like sometimes the West Coast people are a little too proper. It's like you can't say like certain jokes are just like offending to them that we would find very funny.
Dude, I offended someone for calling them ma'am.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
just me trying to be polite.
Yeah.
I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
Right?
Get me out of here, dude. Yeah. Manners? You're going to take away manners now, man? Fucking take my gun! Take my manners, god damn it!
Next, they're gonna arrest you for opening the door for a lady.
I swear, bro. I swear. Dude. So do you open the door for Katie, man?
Yeah, especially like it depends on obviously distance situations,
Right.
but when we're on a date, always I always like speed walk in there, you know.
Yeah, I always get the car door, whatever it is for any date, or not even just date, just a woman, bro. I do it for my mom, and I was
that's sweet.
Yeah, I was with my mom the other week, and she came down to see the house and stuff and hang out, and I was getting the door for her. Someone would roll the window and said, "I see you getting the door for your mama. I see you," and I was like, "Yeah, see, it's appreciated."
Oh yeah.
And it's like the thing is like one thing I don't want to get lost in like all like everybody just being like uptight. It's like me opening a door for a woman or a guy opening up a door for a woman. We're not doing it to demasculine or to obviously women can open up a door. We're not getting the door because we don't think you can't open it.
Yeah.
We're doing it as a sign of respect. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? It's a sign of endearment. Like, that's something I don't want to get lost because I see stuff like that getting lost. I was listening to a podcast and this girl was talking about, like, and I think it was like, forget what class she was taking, but basically, like, they were talking about how men opening up a door for a woman is just, you know, what's the word? Not like demasculine, because, you know, there's masculinity means men, right? That's what that means. But I forget what it was. But it's basically like how now they're like teaching that is a disrespectful thing.
Weird.
Very weird.
I mean, I open doors for guys too.
Yeah,
like,
I open doors for guys.
If I see someone walking like up to me to the gas station and they're close enough, I'll swing the door open and hold it for the person behind me. It's not even like, it doesn't always have to be a gender thing.
Right. Well, I mean, I'll do that, but I'm talking about like getting like a car door.
Right.
You know,
yeah.
I'm
something that's obviously like.
I'm not going to get the car door for my homie. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing it for like a date where like it's like, hey, let me get that for you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not that I don't think you can't do it. And that's something I don't want to see get lost, bro.
Yeah. Sometimes I don't know. People just are so passionate about. Like
letting everybody know how passionate they are. That's really what it is. I'm passionate about letting everybody know that I'm passionate about this thing. It's like
I just feel I get it, but I also feel like sometimes they're like there's more important things to focus on.
Right, nah, dude. I feel like we's getting soft, bro. Not only we's getting soft, but the internet's is getting soft. Like
the internet.
The robots are getting soft, bro. They took down my fucking post for saying white trash. I called myself white trash in a post.
You called yourself white trash.
I called myself white trash. They took it down. I'm like, bro, are you kidding me?
Oh my gosh, that is funny. I never knew. Like, is that like a racial slur now?
It's like hate speech, but like I'm talking about myself. But like, when has anybody been called white trash and that person go, I'm so offended right now? Usually when you get white trash, it's because you're doing some white trash shit. You know what I mean? Well,
it's not like you get called white trash and it's not warranted.
Right. I have to be that vanilla garbage now. But like,
I thought that was hilarious when you said that.
But the thing is like, they're like, this word is offensive or stuff. Sometimes the reason offensive words are there, a lot of times they're there to be offensive. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're calling yourself white trash, oh, good catch. What's like, isn't that the point of like offensive words is to be offensive? Like, how are you going to talk shit to your homies on video games or in public? Like, you know, like friends talk shit to each other, right?
Yeah, that was kind of what I was getting to about the West Coast thing was like, you can't talk shit to your friends there.
Right, no, you can't, dude.
That's how we grew up.
Exactly. I mean, that's just how I am, too. I just like to talk a lot of shit, man. I was actually fucking talking shit, too. Cincinnati this past weekend, bro.
Yeah.
Because it was like the festival was in Cincinnati, but the place I was playing the after party in Newport, which you know it's just a bridge. It's just like a 2-mile distance between Kentucky and Ohio. And I was talking shit to the crowd. I'm like, yeah, it's a good thing we're out in Kentucky because I hear people in Cincinnati are a bunch of fucking pussies. People here in Kentucky like to fuck. And there's like a dude with a Bengal shirt like, yeah!
Yeah, it's so crazy that Cincinnati is like connected to Newport, Kentucky. That was always like a whole thing. It's like, why didn't they just extend the border to be one or the other? Like,
right.
Make Cincinnati, Kentucky, or Kentucky, Cincinnati.
Well, it's like, why do they call Kansas City when it's in Missouri?
That is goofy as hell.
Yeah, super goofy. But yeah, man, I mean, that's just going to the point, right? Like, I couldn't be in LA and be like, I hear people in California are a bunch of fucking pussies.
Yeah, no, you could not.
They would be like,
Hell no.
fuck you. Everybody at the show in Ohio.
You probably get tackled by the security guard.
You've offended everybody here. You need to go. But like in Ohio, they were cool. They were like, yeah, he's fucking he's talking shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it really does feel sometimes like the United States is more than one country.
Yeah.
The way how different people vibe with different things.
Yeah.
But it's also a beautiful place, and we're so blessed to live here.
So blessed.
Because fucking, I see so many people say that like, oh, if you want to be a dubstep or EDM electronic music DJ, I wouldn't even necessarily call it EDM, but electronic music DJ, you need to be born in America. Or like it's like definitely the most accessible for what we do, experimental bass especially.
Without a doubt, dude. Like, yeah, it sucked to be in damn, Malaysia doing this. You know what I mean? I don't even know where Malaysia is, but that was just the first name that came to my mind.
But yeah, totally. And you know what's crazy is, like in Germany, it's way more accepted to do meth there. So they'll have like 3-day warehouse parties that just go for 3 days straight. No one sleeps. And that's why they're so into like techno and shit.
Oh, okay.
Because it's like they're all on meth. And it's totally cool there. It's
cool.
And yeah, it's cool that America has like the strongest weed in the world because it makes people more chill, I think.
It's like
that was such a funny tangent.
I love that, dude. Do you love this shit? Are you tweaking right now? Do you ever get nervous?
Right?
That song would make so much sense. It's about meth, dude. That'd be great, man. That's fucking beautiful, man. But yeah, I just hope like the shit talking thing doesn't become like a lost like art. You know what I mean?
No. If the Confederate flag can go for this long, I think talking.
And it's gone, isn't it? Is it still a thing?
Oh, I mean what is that flag? I still see it around in the South sometimes.
Yeah, you'll see a Confederate flag every now and then. Yeah, you'll see it. I know. I am proud of Mississippi, actually. So Mississippi changed their state flag like a year ago because their state flag looked almost like the Confederate flag, and they completely redid the flag. And I was really proud of Mississippi for doing that.
That's hype.
It's super hype. And like what was really cool is just like the support from like top to bottom as far as like young and old. It was like cool. Like even like my parents who were like all in their ways, they were like, yeah man, new flag's great, man, everyone's happy with it, dude. Hell yeah, praise Dale, all that type of shit. So it's just like that was really cool.
How far is Mississippi from here?
Oh dude, it depends on what part. So you could probably get to the coast of Mississippi like an hour and a half from here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is it kind of like, did it like kind of die down now that you're not throwing shows there? Is it pretty vacant with promoters?
There's no shows,
Dang.
As far as like Jackson goes now, Biloxi is more of like a gambling casino place, so they're not really throwing bass shows by any means. But as far as like the state of Mississippi, like I don't know what like the Delta's doing, but they probably ain't doing shit. But like, yeah, I was really the only one throwing like bass shows there for a couple years.
For sure.
Just because like there was, I enjoyed the music, right? So, like, if I wasn't throwing the shows, there wasn't there.
Yeah.
And I drive down here to New Orleans and see a show or a festival. And I'm like, this is amazing. Why isn't this there?
Yeah.
We should have this. Oh, wait, I have to do it myself. But fuck it. Teaches you things, man.
Yeah. It's how, that's how Ohio was definitely in certain parts. Like, we have really nice cities like Columbus and Cincinnati and Cleveland. But then when you're in like Dayton, which is technically it was supposed to be a major city there. It used to be. It was like so hard to throw shows. But my brother accomplished it. He was a really prominent promoter in Dayton. People always came out. And how he did it was he started out throwing house parties and he would offer free beer.
Oh,
nice. Classic. He'd get like just like a 30 rack, 30 or 30 racks of like something like this, like PPR, and just be like, all right, like set it in front of the DJ table in his basement, and like you basically had to walk up to the DJ booth to grab a beer. So you're kind of like,
you're already there.
You're making the like commitment right there. It's like, if I'm gonna drink this person's beer, I should at least hang out for a second.
Yeah.
And he had put on all the homies, and that's how Mount Analog ended up producing. We had a bunch of our homies that all started producing. He taught all of us how to make music. He taught me how to make music 3 times because he was just so desperate to have someone to share his passion with. Because especially then, he was making like breakcore, and like you don't understand breakcore unless you're deep in electronic music. Or like you try to make it or something, and like
just that niche thing.
Yeah, it's so complex, but it sounds like craziness at first listen. And he had a really great scene in Dayton. He started out doing that with the house parties, then he moved up to club shows, and then he ended up moving to California. And then when he moved to California, we were called the Dayton Dub Tribe, and we all had these beads and stuff. It was a really nice community. And then these freaking meth again. These freaking
fucking meth, bro. How's that a reoccurring thing in this podcast?
Literally, as soon as he moved to California to pursue his national career, this group like literally just came in to try to steal the scene like immediately, and they even like tagged themselves, like they used the Run DMT logo, but it was Run Dayton Dub Tribe.
Oh damn.
But they like kind of used it as a front to sell meth to the scene, and right there it just died out quick.
Fuck, I'm hard.
Yeah. And they were just like dubstep bros too. And like it was just like the music wasn't great, and the drugs they were doing weren't great.
Yeah, I remember whenever I had your brother on the show. It wasn't even the show then, but like he was talking about how moving from Ohio to California, it put him in a place where he was instantly not the best producer anymore, where he was instantly just around people who were better than him, and now it helped him out and shit.
Yeah, that's how it was too, because he was like top dog in Ohio.
Yeah.
I can only imagine jumping. It's like
right.
What is it called? Like fish going to a bigger pond or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Who cares? What were you gonna say though?
No, so he's the one. He taught you how to produce. He's the one who got you into like that whole style, right? Just electronic music. Yeah. That's how it kind of was with my brother too. So like my brother, whenever I was younger, he had a guitar, and like he just wanted to play to like impress chicks and stuff. I wanted to play to fucking be better than him. Yeah. So it was like the same with skateboarding. My brother skateboarded. I wanted to skateboard so I could be better than him. Yeah. But like whenever I tried that competing against him, like I found out I'm like, fuck, I'm good at drums. Like I was like naturally good at it. So I was like, what really got me into music was just wanting to be better than my brother. Was there any type of that competition? Like, was there any of that? Is that a thing now? Because like I know if my brother does something still to this day, I'm like, I'm the younger brother, right? You're the younger brother. So like my thing is like, cool, I can do that, but I can do it better than you, motherfucker. Like, was there any of that? Is there still any of that today? Like, because that's how it is with me, man. I don't.
Not really. I never really thought. I've always like. I never thought I wanted to be better than him. I always just wanted to be like as good or keep up with him. Yeah. Kind of thing. And I guess you're right. The underlying thing is there.
Your brother.
And I'm always like, oh, I'm about to catch him. This track's about to be hot. And then every time I feel like I'm about to catch him, he makes something that's just like total gas. That is just like, oh, this is an instant hit. This is like every time I think I'm about to like level up and be like around where he's at or like surpass him, he always like levels up a little faster and like. So he's a really great artist.
One thing about actually your brother, he actually changed the way I make, like, he changed my life actually, if I'm being honest, right? So whenever I booked him to play in Jackson, dude, I was making like, I was doing that deep dub project with my boy, but like that wasn't my thing. I did it because it was just a funny, goofy thing. And like TVBOO at the time was just heavy, aggressive dubstep. And then like I watched your brother's set. And the way I approached music, and even just the next day till to this day, I wasn't making music the same. Yeah. Yeah, and then I got super fucking like it changed the way I heard music. And then I watched you guys have a back-to-back at Imagine Festival. I was playing later that evening on the smaller stage, but I just remember.
Oh, we didn't even kick it then.
No, we didn't even know each other. We didn't know each other then. I don't think this was 2018. Yeah, the end of 2018. Ago. Yeah. But anyway, I remember I was watching y'all set, and I just, the way y'all's music is just so original and just, I'm not like left field's the word for it, but it's just like so original, right?
Yeah.
And so I remember listening to y'all set, just being in the crowd, just like little things, percussion and everything, the way y'all did shit. I went home that week and literally made 4 songs in 4 days just from that y'all set.
Hell
you know what I'm saying? So it's like every time I've seen you or your brother, I've left that shit so fucking inspired, because it always, like, seeing a set where it's just like a really forward thinking music or just like left field, like, it's hard being a producer to just sit there and just dance and enjoy it, because you hear it and you're like, oh my God. And then I go home, but like when I go home, the music isn't the same. The way I'm approaching it isn't the same. You know what I mean?
I get you. I've had those sets too, where it was just like, you just feel like full of ideas when you get home after seeing them.
Mm-hmm.
It was crazy. Yeah, we were doing like a bunch of back-to-back runs, and we played EDC, and that was fucking insane. Like shout out to my brother. I would have never played EDC unless if he got me. He like specifically asked to have that back-to-back with me.
Oh wow.
Because I think they wanted to have him with a back-to-back with someone, and he was like, I'm only gonna do a back-to-back if it's with my brother. So fucking, he's done a lot for me in my career, and I fucking always have love for him.
That's
and
beautiful.
it always fucking pisses me off, when people are like, oh, like, I like your music better than your brother's or whatever. And it's just like, I've literally, the last festival, someone told me that. I was like, yo, I like hate hearing that. So please, if you ever see me, don't say that shit. I hate that.
That's annoying, dude. That's beautiful, though, that, like, he put you on like that, bro. My brother wouldn't do that shit for me.
He's like, if he dies, he dies.
He would be on stage and he'd turn to the side and flip me off, bro. He said, fuck you, bitch. You know what I'm saying? He would literally do everything he could to rub that shit in my face, bro. So that's beautiful, man. That's good that y'all have a good relationship like that, dude.
We come up from hard beginnings, and I think that definitely is like our family's starting to fizzle out. So it's like once we get a little older, it's just gonna be me and him. And I think he really appreciates that, or like understands it.
Are you a big family guy? You hang out with family much?
Yeah, me and my grandparents are hella tight. I used to be really tight with my dad. He passed away a couple years ago. R.I.P. Pops.
R.I.P. Pops.
And my mom's, they're both drug addicts, and like my mom's still kind of like wishy-washy with it. Like she's gotten a lot healthier though, which I'm mad respect to her.
It does, I've had drug addicts in the family too, and that shit's like, it's so hard to watch, but at the same time you take something from it, right? So like me, I've never fucked with like any type of opiates or pills or anything. Anything ever like that.
That's a big problem in Ohio, and that was like...
It is a big problem in Ohio. They love heroin. Fucking Dave Chappelle had a really good bit about Ohio. Yeah. But it's just like, you seeing someone like you love and care about kind of go through that, and like, it definitely shaped me to where it's like, I don't fuck with any of that shit just because I've seen it.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know if that would be the case if I did not see it. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I would have got too crazy at the party. Hey, yeah, we're popping Xanaxes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Fucking give me one, bro. Like, it is a bummer that it happens, but there's always something to take from it. You know what I mean?
That's how life goes too, like you can't like control everyone's life, and you're not really in the place to tell someone what they should do. All you can do is learn from the experiences you see.
Yeah, dude, I do like it. You said that you're not in a position to tell anybody what else they should do, bro.
Yeah.
I like that, and I wish more people would think like that, bro.
Yeah.
It's like, who am I to tell you what the fuck to do, bro?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just because this tweet got 1,000 likes, bro, doesn't mean you should do it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm speaking?
Yeah, it's crazy out there.
Yeah. But, so we got some fan questions I want to get to. Let me turn this camera back on. Also, I have loved this conversation.
Yeah, I've been having a great time. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I've heard so many great things about doing this.
Really?
Like, you're just a really, like, easy to connect with person.
Who gassed me up? I want to know, bro. Who's gassing me up?
I just hung out with Eric in Tampa.
Okay, yeah.
So, and you guys just did that one, so that was pretty fresh on his mind.
Yeah, that was.
But I
great,
could
man.
also tell Tie-Dye Kai had a lot of fun on it.
We had a blast. Yeah, he's a good
Yeah.
guy, man. I felt like, there's been so many times on this podcast, like even just you and I, right? Like you and I have had passings. We talk at the festival or club, and we've never sat down and had a real conversation.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
It's the same with like the Easy Big Boys, the Tie-Dye Kai boys. I mean, even whenever I'm doing it through Zoom, that's one thing I love about doing this show is like it's given me a chance to actually sit down and really talk to these people.
Yeah.
So there's like a lot of times where I walk away from the show feeling like I made a friend.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you get to know somebody. So that's one thing I really do enjoy about doing the show, and I really appreciate you for being here. But let's get to some fan questions, man.
Yo, this is Park out of Dallas, Texas. I've got a question for the amphibious composer Toadface. How'd you come across the book The Outlaw Ocean? I read it after I saw your EP. It changed my view totally. Anyways, both of y'all my favorites. Keep slanging bangers out the hatches.
Appreciate you, Park, out there from Dallas, brother. Appreciate you calling, man. Yeah, that book.
Yeah, they actually reached out to me about doing music for it. And so I looked into it before accepting the project.
Wait, music for a book?
Yeah, it's okay. It's a The Outlaw Oceans is a book about it's about like people being enslaved to fishing boats because they want to get they're in a bad situation in another country. The book's about, among other things, but one of the main themes was that these people kind of get enslaved on these shipping boats because they will say, oh, if you're going to take me to another country and gain citizenship, you just got to sign this deal to where you work on the boat for a certain amount of time.
And you get your citizenship.
And then we'll take you to the country and you'll get citizenship. But it's like an enslavement because they can never reach the payment.
It's a real story?
Yeah.
It's a real
it's
story?
based on real stories.
Oh, wow. And you did music for it.
Yeah. And it's also about like overfishing and the pollution of the ocean. And so I kind of took all those broad terms and they gave me a bunch of samples to use,
nice.
Which was another like really appealing thing. Because now that we're getting in the age where you can't just sample whatever you want, which is unfortunate.
It's very unfortunate.
When I first started making music, you could just sample wherever the fuck you wanted. But you can't do that anymore. So I was like, once I got all those like a combination of a great theme and great samples, I was like, oh, and it really did help the music. Because, like, when you have a nice sample to work off of, when you're writing a song based on that sample, the track just flows.
Yeah, it's kind of like getting stems for, like, a remix pack.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. So that's how that went. His name was Pete, right?
That's Park. It
Park.
said Park, but it might have said Parker, but it sounded like he just said Park.
Oh, well, yeah. Thank you for the great question, Park.
This is a great question.
I'm really glad you liked that release. Because I think it's one of my best works, and I worked really hard on it. So fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Brother.
Good question, brother.
Hi, this is Caitlin from Atlanta. I actually got to meet you in Atlanta. Anyways, what are either of y'all's like craziest either show experiences or like crazy like fan experiences that you have encountered? Yeah, have a good one. Bye.
She said Caitlin, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Caitlin, yeah.
Thank you, Caitlin. I think, I saw you on Twitter. You said that you called. Yeah, I know exactly. I remember you were wearing the TVBOO hat, so I appreciate you calling in, Caitlin.
You want me to go first?
Yeah, I've had this question quite a few times in the podcast, so, you know.
Yeah. All right, this one's pretty nutty. It's going to be a little long, but it's worth it.
Me. I want it so long.
Okay. I was playing Infrasound Mudfest. It was like 2017, 18, something like that. It's a pretty notorious year for Infrasound. The grounds were like everywhere you walked. It was like 6 inches to a foot of mud because they've been getting so much rain, and they were throwing the fest in this mud park. And I was playing a set. This was before I knew Joshua Space Jesus. And okay, I was trying to get up. All right, this is where the story begins, but it progressively gets crazier. This is just how it starts. I go up and try to play, and Joshua gets like really pissed at me because I'm just trying to set up, plug in my DJ, my CD or USB, and my brother has to go up and tell him. He's like, "Yo, play it cool, play it cool." This is my brother, because him and my brother were friends at the time.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh shit!" Like he was like, "Oh, I'm sorry for being rude," because he was just late to his set and he wanted to have a little more time, and he felt like I was like rushing him, which I didn't really know the situation, and I was still kind of new to playing. So then when I get to play, him and my brother are up there like dancing to my whole set and like freestyling on the mic and stuff, and it just made my set like go off. And then after that, they wanted me to run back with them to the artist hospital so we get a ride back to the hotel. So we get in this truck, and like I was saying, we're at this mud fest. So this guy in the truck is just like zipping through all these trails. Yeah, mudding. And there's one lone guy on this back trail it's dark now. No one's back here. This is like the way to the backstage that they close at nighttime. And there's this one guy, and we literally like slide and just full tidal wave of mud cover this guy in mud, and we just keep going. and we go to the backstage. This guy had followed us because he's so upset that we freaking tidal waved him with mud. And he goes up to the driver and he's like, "You saw me there. Why did you hit me with the mud, bro? You saw me there." And the driver was like, "Bro, I'm sorry. I couldn't have stopped. I could have almost hit you with the car because we were sliding." And this was the cherry on the cake. He was like, "The thing that will make all things right." He's like, "What can I do to make this right?"
Oh, that's cool.
And this guy went from anger to almost tears because he knew, like, all he kind of wanted was just, like, some reconciliation. And, like, he went from, like, in fighting mode to, like, "Oh, I don't actually want to hit this guy. I just kind of wanted to let him know how much this, like, sucked. And he was just like, he was, like, almost in tears of sad. He was like, "You saw me, bro. You saw me." And he just walks away, just covered in mud, looking like a mud monster.
Oh, man. That is beautiful how the guy was just like, "Hey, how can we make this right, bro?"
Yeah, like he knew he messed up, but also he was sliding and he could have hit this guy. And then we went back to this story just keeps going. And then we go back to Artist Hospo. We get the guy a guy from Ivy Lab, the two of the guys from Noisia, and like a couple other random DJs. Then it's me, my brother Tyler, and Arion, all in this Artist Hospo van back to the hotel. But someone had parked their car in the way you get into the festival, and the European artists were pissed. Specifically, the long-haired guy from Noisia. He was fucking pissed. And he's like, "We gotta move this car, come on." And so he gets him and like a few of the other European DJs out, and they're trying to move this car, and they can't move it because it's parked. So they're like,
"It's a fucking car."
I swear, I don't know who was on it, but someone got on top of the roof and was like jumping up and down on the roof. And then the guy from Noisia comes back to the van. He's like, "Come on, guys, why aren't you helping?" And my brother's like, we can't move this car. It's parked. You're not going to move it." And he's like, "Come on. This is what's wrong with America. Blah, blah, blah. Donald Trump."
Oh, he starts talking shit about
like,
America?
Yeah, and he starts like comparing us to Donald Trump.
What, bro?
Out of like left field. Like this had nothing to do with any political situation. And then it turns out the driver for the van finally finds the person that parked the car, and it turns out it was someone that was working the festival, of course, and they parked it because people were like sneaking into the festival at night, and they were out of parking because it was so muddy. They didn't want any more people parking in and clogging up the works. And so the guy just moved his car. and fucking we got back to the hotel, and I shared a bed with Nasty.
Nice.
First time meeting him, we just shared a bed at the hotel.
Nice.
So yeah, that's definitely craziest festival story or show story ever.
That's great, man. No, I'd have been pissed, bro. He had said, "This is what's wrong with America." I'd be like, "Excuse me?
Right?
You want to say that again, motherfucker?" You know what I'm saying? Like, I would have been like, "Oh, what?"
Like, we weren't the ones acting the fool. Like,
right, bro. I'm like, "This is what's wrong with America." I'm like, "Oh, say that again to my face. I dare you, motherfucker." He had to bring in politics, dude. Literally, the festival I was playing in Wyoming this past weekend. The guy who was running the festival showed me a message that he got from like one of the neighbors, and they were like, "Would we like this festival? We're pretty liberal." And it was like, "Wait, what does that have to do? What does that have to do with anything?"
I would say you're liberal. You can have a good time.
Yeah, like, would we enjoy coming to this show? We're pretty liberal. I was like, what does that have to do with anything? Just everybody can have fun. Fuck it. Yeah, I've had people call in and ask that question. I guess I give a little bit of a different story every time. I like try to think of something different. Yeah, actually, I'm just gonna leave it at your story. Your story was great. Yours was good. Great question, Kaylin.
Hey there, TVBOO and Toadface. I'm Isaiah calling from Carson City, Nevada. I have a question for Toadface, really. So, I know that you and Yeti are brothers, right? And I know that you guys go back to back sometimes, and he taught you how to make music or something. And I know how I am with my siblings, and they can really annoy me. Has there ever been a time where you're like, dude, shut up, or like, like fuck off or something? Anyways, love both of y'all.
Appreciate you, Isaiah.
The only time my brother, like, but it's warranted, he's like a much better DJ, so sometimes when we do back-to-backs, he'll like take the reins on certain things. But I mean, he's a much better DJ than I am, so, but it's like sometimes like I'm just like, oh, like I'm trying to get in here, and he'll like be doing his own thing. But honestly, it's like it's warranted because he is a much better DJ than me.
Bro, y'all be up there fighting like, "No, motherfucker, let me play this." Y'all be doing that on stage?
No, not like that. Like, not like that. But I'll just be trying to get in like like another track or something. And he'll like have the combo already set up.
Yeah, he's already ready to go.
But the shows always do really great. And honestly, like most of the times when we do back to backs is because he asked for me to do it with him. So
that's cool, man.
He should. I always let him do his own thing. Gotcha. But in the back of my head, I'm like, oh, I was trying to get a track in there.
Yeah. Who would win in a fight, bro? If y'all ended up duking it out on stage, like if y'all just ended up just fucking saying fuck it, who would win?
Oh, unfortunately, my brother probably weighs like. He's like taller than me, but he probably definitely
like 100
pounds. Yeah. I remember when I first started. This was years ago, and I don't even think my brother has Crohn's disease, so he can't eat gluten, and he's also vegan, so his diet's really restricting. But I think this was before he had Crohn's disease.
Hard to put on weight, huh?
Yeah, and I remember like just becoming an adult, and I was like, oh, like I was like drunk at a club with him, and I was like, oh, let me punch you in the arm. You can punch me back. And when I punched him, I like could tell I did like like he was like
not
oh!
okay. Not okay.
Like, oh, poor, I'm never gonna do that again.
But it is awesome being the younger brother, and then there's that dynamic where it's like it finally happens, where it's like, yes, I could kick your ass.
Yeah,
it happened with me, dude. My brother and his friends used to wait by the door when I got home from school, and they would kick my fucking ass every day.
Oh yeah.
When I was younger, bro, they'd fuck me up.
Yeah.
They would do it with pillows. Like they would just have pillows.
Yeah, like that makes it okay.
No, but there would be three of them just beating the shit out of me. But then finally, whenever I was like, probably about like 19, I'm was really active at the time, bro.
Yeah.
That's probably the peak strength.
Yeah.
We were having a party at my house, and it was all three of them. I kicked all three of their asses at the same time.
That was revenge, bitch.
No, but it was. I mean, they were trying to. They were like, hey, let's fuck with Mitch. They were like, we're like, let's do it for old time's sake. I'm like, bring it, motherfuckers. He had me in a full Nelson. I just bring bring it down. You know what I mean? Like, it was a day where like they all learned, oh, we can't fuck with Mitch anymore.
Yeah,
Mitch can kick our ass, and I'm like, yeah, motherfucker. Like, yeah.
Oh yeah, my brothers bullied the shit out of me too. So it was like, I think that's why I asked to punch him in the arm for that confirmation.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you can't bully me anymore.
Yeah.
If he wanted to, even though he was way past that stage at that point.
That's like now arguments with my brother, they don't get too heated anymore just because he knows I'd kick his fucking ass.
Yeah.
I'm like, you really want to do this, man? Motherfucker? Yeah. That's a great question, man. That's great.
Hey, boo. Man, you absolutely killed the after party at Newport over the weekend. This is Richard.
Richard from Kentucky,
by
the
the
man.
way. I'm glad I got to see you and talk to you Saturday night after the show. That was awesome. But I figured I haven't called in a minute. I'm driving down to Florida right now for work, and I wanted to ask. I saw you went to Interstellar Music Festival in your spare time in the Kentucky area. I wanted to ask what you thought of that. And my other question would be, why is it called taking the dump? If you ain't taking the dump, like you don't grab it out the toilet and carry it out with you, like leave that dump, you know? That's all goofy, yeah. Oh well. Hope you have a great day. Nice to see you the other day, and hope to talk to you soon. Take care.
That's Richard from Kentucky, man. He always has the most ridiculous questions. He's the best. Well, yeah, what do they call it? Taking the dump, bro. You're not taking anything out of there, man.
Is this for me? I feel like this is more.
This was us thing, yeah. He only called because I said I was having him on the show, so he only calls whenever I have guests.
Taking the dump. Wow, that's a complex question. I think it's dump because when you have to shit, you really feel like you're full, and then when you finally take the shit, you're dumping the load.
There you go. Thank you, Richard.
Hey, Toadface. My name's Ethan. I'm from Tahlequah, Oklahoma. I just wanted to ask you about, like, your running and exercise deal you've been on. Like, I don't know how long you've been doing that. You run incredibly far. Like, what is your goal with all that? Are you trying to meet, like, a minute's time? Or how does that help you with producing, too? Because it's such a long time, like, by yourself, like, listening to music. I'm sure that plays into how you make music. So, yeah. I just want to hear you talk about it, bro. Much love to both of you fellas.
I appreciate you, brother. No, that's a good question. Now, we touched on...
Toad.
Oh, shit. We touched on that a little bit, but, like, yeah, do you have a goal in mind? Are you trying to meet, like, a certain length? Or are you trying to hit, like, a certain time?
No. I just want to keep progressing slowly, just keep getting stronger and healthier, and it helps with my mental health. It always makes me feel good about myself.
Yeah.
I've been doing it for years. That's why I'm able to run so far. I've been doing it since high school. I'm 28 now, and I've been running this whole time and just progressively getting a little better. And luckily, without cross country, I don't have to push myself to puking. I just vibe.
Yeah. It is something that, like, wherever it makes you feel good, right? Whether it's a workout and especially after you do it for a while, you're like, fuck, bro, I feel like the man right now. You know what I mean? Like, I feel pretty good.
Yeah, totally. I definitely, like, I'm almost like, I'm addicted to the runner's high now. I really just, like, love that feeling of just like vibing and listen, like, and that is like where I absorb a lot of my music for study is when I'm jogging. That's what I don't really listen to music other than when I'm jogging. Got you. Or driving.
I'm trying to get that 7-minute mile.
Yeah.
I'm trying. It's tough, man. It's really tough.
Yeah.
I'm trying to do it just because Michael from SFAM, he talks a lot of shit. He just talks a lot of shit, and he can do it like it's nothing, but he's also like a natural-born athlete.
Yeah, he really is,
He's such a natural athlete. Like, whenever I see him do, like, whenever we play football together, like, he's so good. He's a good fucking quarterback. Like, I'm like, bro, you should have stuck with some athletics, dog. Who knows what happened? He found weed and gave it up. But it's just like, bro, like
The devil's lettuce.
I swear to God, man, I'm trying to get that 7-minute mile. That shit's a lot harder than I thought it was gonna be.
Oh yeah, I hit a 7-minute mile in like junior high when you had to run a mile for PE. I think it was like 7.5. So
Can you do it now? Can you do have?
Fuck no, dude.
Yeah, it's tough, man.
And I have so much like long distance running.
Yeah.
I really do think it's my lugs between vaping and smoking weed though. I've been smoking weed for years.
Yeah, I'm a big drinker,
But
man.
I guess that's not hardly an excuse because Michael he's natural.
He has a natural ability.
It really is like a natural, or you got it or you don't when you're born. But everyone can enjoy it in their own way.
Yeah, it's just some things. Some people are blessed, by the Lord with certain abilities. You know what I'm saying? Like, were you a natural athlete or was music a natural thing?
I think I am more of a naturally creative person.
Yeah, got you.
I have to force myself to like. Well, I don't have to force anymore, but I did back then.
Got you. So like rhythm is something that was like just naturally given to me. You know what I mean? Like, rhythm and just like beats and stuff like that. So that was something that was just naturally given to me. But like, yeah, you can tell with Michael whenever he be doing shit like, like he's so he can just you know when you meet somebody who's just a natural ass athlete.
Yeah,
you're like,
and he knows it too. He's so confident.
He is very confident, but he's also someone needs to just kick his ass, please.
Yo, this is Jesse from Florida. I just wanted to say, the past 2 shows I went to, I got a smooch from both of you, which is fucking insane. Thank you so much for that. You guys are amazing.
Yeah, I did. Hold on, I'm gonna pause because
he showed me. He showed me the video of you kissing him, and he's like, "Will you give me a kiss?" And I was like, "Fuck it, sure."
Dude, it was a chain reaction, right? So I gave him a kiss. He was like, "Let me get a smooch." I said, "I got you, daddy." And then like it was like I just hear it echo. Let me get a smooch. I'm like, no, okay, no. I'm just kissing this dude, okay?
Yeah.
I'm just in here kissing dudes, okay? Ladies, take a hike.
For that, you guys are amazing. Fuck you, Kevin.
There's no question. He just wanted to say that. And say,
yeah.
Cool.
I like that though.
Yeah, fuck you, Taboo. Fuck you too, dog. See if I smooch you again. Keep talking dirty to me, and I will.
Hi, my name's John. I'm from Jacksonville, Florida. Toadface, I actually got to see your show when you came through Jacksonville recently. Yeah, I just really enjoyed your set. It was awesome. And, yeah, I thought it was just super cool afterwards, too. You hung out for a while. I got to come say what's up and ask you some questions about some of the songs you played. So, yeah, I just really appreciated it. It was a great show. So anyways, for my question, to preface it, the first project that I heard from you, Toadface, that really made me a huge Toadface fan was Bugs for Breakfast. And 2 of the songs that I really liked from that project were, one, Courage, because Courage, the Cowardly Dog sample, Sis, and then Jawbreaker, because of the Ed, and Eddie sample. And yeah, those are just 2 shows. Those are 2 of my brother and my favorite shows growing up. I just remember there's so many memories of after school or just weekends just binging those 2 shows. So my question, one, is were there any other TV shows that you tried to sample for songs that just didn't end up making the cut for Bugs for Breakfast? And then 2 is what are some of your other favorite TV shows, especially when you're growing up? So, yep. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate all the dope content you've been putting out, and I'm looking forward to seeing you at more shows in the future. Thanks. Bye.
Appreciate you, John, man. Great questions. Yeah. Any other cartoons or anything else you want to sample out there, or what are some shows that you're into when you're growing up?
Yeah, so like we kind of touched on this earlier, how it's such a bummer how we can't sample random shit anymore.
Yeah, it sucks.
Because that was so much fun. That really just lit up my heart when we were able to put stuff that we enjoyed as kids into our music.
I did it for Goku, like the last 2 releases. I had a track called Goku.
When you do a self-release, you can just be like, fuck it.
Exactly, but like I released with Wakan on the reg, so it's just like they're like, we can't have, what the fuck? Did power just go out or something? That was weird. That was weird.
I know.
But it was just like Yeah, they're just like, we can't have these samples in here. I'm like, okay, I'll self-release it.
They just recently did that because, like, my Bugs for Breakfast release was through Wakan, and they let all that stuff slide.
I think they got in trouble for something. I think that's
what I thought, too. That's exactly what I thought, too. And there was one track I sampled Doug. You remember Doug Funny?
From what?
It's a really old cartoon.
Is the cartoon called Doug Funny?
It's just called Doug. His name's Doug Funny, though.
I ain't seen it.
It's old. It had his friend named Skeeter. You know the classic thing where, like, well, it's not that classic, but instead of Skeeter being black, he was blue. So I always thought that was kind of interesting. But yeah, I had because the very first episode of Doug, it's about the nematodes. And honestly, I still have those samples. I want to finish that track one day. But that was probably the cut track that could have been on Bugs for Breakfast.
Are you constantly looking for, like, samples that are talking about toads? Is that something you're always looking for?
I always have. Once you have done this for a little while, I'm sure you feel the same way. You kind of you don't, like, necessarily think about it actively, but you always have in the back of your mind where you'll hear a sound bite and you're just like, oh, yes. And I always have that program. I think it's called, I forget what it's called, but, you know, you just get a program on your desktop where it's just like, when you're just like YouTubing random shit, you have a recording.
YouTube to MP3. That's what I'll do.
I'll use that. Or
Audacity.
I think it's Audacity. Yeah,
Audacity.
You just record right off your sound card. I think that's better quality, even though it doesn't really fucking matter. But yeah, and my favorite cartoon that I haven't sampled yet, even though it's been it's a dead horse, is SpongeBob. I loved SpongeBob so much. Honestly, kind of mature, and that's why it was great. Also, Rocko's Modern Life. Did you ever watch that?
No.
Bro. Rocko's Modern Life. You didn't watch SpongeBob either?
I watched SpongeBob.
Oh, yeah.
I watched SpongeBob. I want to do more sampling of South Park.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. I was just watching South Park when I was staying with my grandparents. Because I don't usually watch TV that much. And fucking them... They were like, there was Harley Davidson drivers.
Yeah, they called them fags.
Yeah, and they're like, this is not a gay derogatory term.
I love that.
Yeah, and they're like changing the definition of fag. Like,
get out of town, fags. Like all the gay people are calling them fags and shit. What's wrong? Why are they calling us fags?
Hey,
we're not gay. We're like, maybe we have to be louder.
They're at the library looking up the definition of fag.
And they're all just like, I love that fucking episode,
dude. It's so good. It's just like, yeah, like they've like gotten really good with like social commentary.
Yeah, it's like, great. They're exactly what we need.
Yeah.
Did I actually had a funny experience. I was driving to my dad's and I was in the Delta of Mississippi, middle of fucking nowhere, and this was like during COVID, right? But this was like in the Delta, so they don't give a fuck about COVID. One of the most like red towns you can be in. I'm about to sneeze. I'm good. Anyway, I was in this gas station with the mask on, and this guy goes, "Hey, get that faggot mask off your face." And I was thinking about it. I'm like, wait, a mask has no sexual preference. We're making progress here.
That is a very good light.
Yeah, we're making progress here. So then I went to the counter, I went behind him, and I sucked his dick. So that's where we. You're
like, here, let me make this up to you.
Yeah. That's what he said. And it took me a second. I was like so shocked that he just said that. I'm like, but wait, there's a positive in this. That's a good question, man.
Hey, what's up, Taboo and Toadface? It's your boy Daniel calling from Southern California. First time calling, really excited. Anyways, got a question for both Mitch and Todd. Question is, how do you approach building a brand and a sound while remaining true to your vision? And also tips on translating the essence of who you are into frequency. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate you. You guys fucking kill it. Peace out, man. Hope you guys are living the best life.
Appreciate you, Daniel. Love you, buddy. That's a deep question.
Yeah, that's kind of. You want to go first, or you want me to go first?
I can go first.
Yeah.
So something I tried doing. I can't speak on how you did the branding for Toadface, but I can speak on how I did it for TVBOO. Like I felt like shit wasn't working for me until I started being myself. You know what I mean? I was trying to be like this hard, dressed in all black DJ dude.
Was the gold all black with the one gold chain?
Yeah, that's exactly
classic,
what I was trying to do, but like that shit wasn't working. Like I'm a pretty goofy individual, just in general. Like anybody's ever met me, I'm just the fucking class clown. I got an award for it in high school, right? Once I started being myself, putting that out there, and also I'm fucking Southern as hell, right? Like I don't think I am, but then I didn't realize how Southern I was until
you're Southern as fuck.
until I realized the rest of the world, dude. I was in Mississippi. I never left the South until 2018. Whenever I played Lost Lands, that's the first time I ever left the South. So
really,
exactly, yes.
Wow.
So I was pretty sheltered in, right, as far as like things in this world. I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna play on to it, you know what I'm saying? I exaggerated at times, but you know, it's all for fun, you know, it's all in the name of distinguishing myself. And once I started being myself, that's when it worked. I feel like once you're trying to be somebody or trying to be a persona and it's not genuine, it's gonna fall flat. Or if it doesn't fall flat, it's not gonna last.
You hit the head on the nail, honestly. Like, people can feel when you're trying too hard, and they feel the ingenuine they feel like, yeah, it's ingenuous. And my dad always called me Toad instead of Todd. And then actually was trying to be like Excision, and I was Toadface Destroyer. It sounds so violent, right?
So aggressive.
And I was like, oh, like, I'm actually making kind of like, when I just do what I want to do, I just make vibey ass shit, or I just do what I want. And so I like dropped the Destroyer, which was like, I was trying to pigeonhole myself into heavy dubstep. And just like, honestly, all the marketing for the Toadface thing kind of came naturally. One of the big things that blew me up was when I jumped in that swamp to take a picture. Again, with jogging, I was jogging past that like all the time in my hometown, and it just came to me naturally. I was like, oh, like obviously I knew it was like a good brand move, but it was like all this stuff wasn't like methodically thought out. I was literally just jogging past one day, and I was like, oh, it'd be cool if I jumped in here and took a picture. Ended up like blowing up.
Yeah.
And yeah, so it's just like, it really is. It's like, being yourself, and stuff will start coming more naturally. And yeah, just like working hard, things will work out for you. Yeah. I know it's kind of generic, but hopefully it works out.
And it takes a while to figure out the full idea of the brand. Or like, you know, because that's the thing. Like, you can't just be like a music artist. You can't just make the music these days. You have to be the brand. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, and best way to be a brand is just by being yourself, you know, marketing yourself, being, you know, just showing people exactly who you are.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I thought and then some people like do really well with being very like rocking the mystique. And I even saw mysterious. I think this is another word for
just being mysterious.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Of like with the masks.
Yeah,
and
like
stuff.
who's Marshmallow?
Right.
So mysterious. He's the most mysterious man alive.
Or someone that people I don't think do know is who's that bass artist produces that tours with Chami? Mala, the bass house artist. I don't think anyone knows who that is.
Who is Skrillex? So mysterious. But yeah, man, that was a great question, Daniel. Appreciate you calling in, man. That was it on the fan questions, man. That's it. That's the show. Appreciate you coming in today. Is there anything? What's next for Toadface, man? What you got coming up on the? What's next on the scale, man? What you want the people to know?
I got this album I've been working on for a hot minute, and it's just like look out for that eventually. I've been supposed to finishing it, but I just always feel like when I start a new track, it like surpasses my old tracks. So I'm trying to find that fine balance of picking the best tracks from the old album and then making new tracks that surpass the ones I feel are weak.
Gotcha.
And then trying to make the best album I possibly can.
It's all about progressing, man.
Yeah, because like we're getting to a point where it's like so many people are doing electronic music. You really do only want to release something you're really proud of.
Yep. Well, look, man, I really appreciate you coming on the show today, man. It's been really great being able to sit and talk.
This was such a great time.
Yeah, dude, I'm glad. I'm glad you enjoyed yourself, man. You're a guy who I get a lot of inspiration from. You really inspire me every time I see you or listen to you. I'm always excited whenever you're playing a set or releasing a song or anything. You're a guy who gets me genuinely excited, dude. So I really appreciate you for being you, man. I appreciate you coming on the show today.
You've been inspiring my music lately too. I've
really
been checking out your tracks. And I really like. You got the you got some swampy leads I like.
I got some ones in there, dude.
Yeah, I like it. You got the southern.
Dude, that southern shit, man. There's actually one in there. It's what's the name of it? Froggy Frank. You should check that one out. I think you'd dig it. It's literally just a bunch of frog samples in a deep dub song.
I haven't heard that one.
I think you'd like that one. I think you'd fit in yours. Honestly, I'll just show you whenever this one's done. It's a track out in 2019, but yeah, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking A, man. Well, I appreciate everybody listening to this week's episode of Talks with Taboo. Y'all go check out Toadface. Go keep up with all this shit. And I'll see y'all next week, man. Peace.